Introducing Everest, the world's first customizable and premium mechanical keyboard experience. When designing Everest, we wanted to bring an uncompromised, highly personalized product to the market. We offer you maximum freedom of choice. Let us show you how. Comprised of CNC milled double aluminum faceplates, you'll immediately see and feel the exceptional build quality. Feature-packed, Everest includes a modular media dock and magnetic numpad with programmable color display keys, hot swappable mechanical switches, RGB illumination, and a magnetic palm rest. The media dock with display dial allows you to control your media, adjust and easily switch profiles, check your system info, and more. It will also feature indicator LEDs. No matter if you're a lefty or require the numpad to be on the other side of the keyboard for macro purposes, gamers rejoice. Everest can make it so. Everest isn't just for gamers. It's designed with flexibility and freedom of choice at heart, making it the perfect keyboard for designers, illustrators, editors, and all professional users. Create profiles that remap your keyboard to have your most frequently used commands conveniently bound to keys of your choice. Optimize your workflow every day. Take your performance to the next level. We don't believe in one size fits all. Our highly modular design makes Everest just right for you. With countless personalized numpad, media dock, and palm rest configurations, Everest can be completely custom tailored to fit your needs. Everest supports you on your ascension to peak performance and matches your style.
Hi, I'm Tobias, founder of Mountain. There are a lot of good keyboards on the market, but nothing that truly allows you to completely customize your individual preferences. We've changed that. Using only the finest materials, Mountain's unique design and modularity enables you to create unparalleled level of personalization. We've created a unique product for mechanical keyboard enthusiasts, gamers, streamers, and creative people alike. The Everest keyboard can be what you want, when you need it, through ultimate freedom of choice. You now have the opportunity to be one of the first to get your hands on the most sophisticated feature-packed keyboard ever made. Thank you for supporting us.
Reach your summit with Mountain.
spectators and players, to another installation of the Siege Double Shot. It's time to siege the day here in the Vibrant League. I am the Reverend Whiskey Glitter, my partner, my co-host as always, Mr. Whiskey Run. Say hello, Whiskey.
Welcome everyone to the Vibrant League. This is the minor league we're getting to see here today, Playday 5, and getting to see GTZ-Esports versus the ex-Blue Jays roster, otherwise known as R6 Will Never Live Again, or sometimes referred to as R6 is Dead. And we're going to get to see them play good lord, Oregon.
Wake
We're
up.
gonna see them play Oregon. It's early here over in the U.S., even though it's afternoon over on the other side of the lake here. So yeah, R6 is Dead versus GTZ playing on Oregon.
It's a best of one banger, and it is going to be bringing all of the heat here. I mean, I did want to see a little bit of new consulate. Wouldn't mind seeing some Night Haven Labs. Heck, man, I'd even have gone for some cafe. But it's a classic map with some classic strats. We're going to head to Oregon. What you love about Oregon, Mr. Whiskey?
Oregon, definitely the 50-50 map. We see it in competition all the time. I think because teams are very comfortable with it. It's a map that everybody plays, everybody scrims, everybody's very comfortable with, right? So they've got strats in place. Versus the some of these new maps, like you mentioned, Night Haven and Consulate, right? Teams are still trying to figure out how to play it. Nobody wants to lose in the competitive set, so okay, go back to a map you know. And for this particular matchup, the ex Blue Jays or the R6 is Dead roster, these guys, Oregon is their best map. And they're a defensive-sided team to about the tune of 20% better on the defensive win rate side. So they're going to be starting on attack, though. And GTZ is a better attacking team in general. So this is going to be interesting. So GTZ starting on attack, better attacking team, or starting on defense, but the better attacking team. R6 is Dead, the better defensive team, starting on attack. We'll see. The first couple rounds can be very interesting, but the biggest thing here is that R6 is Dead is down a player. They had a player whose internet went out and could not get an emergency e-sub. We are going to see the first map here go 4v5.
Excellent. Can't freaking wait for it. It's a little bit of an unprecedented move here, right? You don't get to see that too often. So already going in without the man advantage, it's going to be a little tough, but not impossible, right? We see 4v5 comebacks all the time. So just because you're starting with a man down, the tough part is that you're going to be starting your man down on attack.
Yeah, that is a really tough spot. So even though GTZ attacking side is not their best side statistically speaking, I mean, we don't know what their stats are when it's a 4v5 after that. So, but typical Flores ban on the attacker side that helps GTZ hold the defensive side. R6 doesn't want to have to deal with Dokkaebi when they start their defensive half. Capcan, interesting. You don't want to have to slow down and check every door frame as you're trying to get in quickly. So I think that's a good ban for them too.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm having a little issue with my video. One sec. Go ahead and waffle for me.
Yeah, no problem. Azami was the other one. Seeing GTZ ban Azami, there's a lot of great angles that the Kiba Berries can create here on Oregon that a lot of the teams are familiar with, and again, don't want to have to deal with. And definitely not surprising there with GTZ banning Flores. They start off on the basement site, and they bring Mira, or they bring Fenrir and Solus of the the 5 defensive ringers. So Mira is available but not played. But I think still, without the Flores there, it's going to be really difficult. And I like the Malusi trap, making and bringing Mute along to make the getting intel a lot more difficult too. GTZ is definitely playing to their strengths here, playing to win. Even though they've got the advantage to start off with, they're not holding anything back. Definitely going for a solid win here. These are the number 3 and number 5 teams in the league. R6 is dead being the 3, GTZ being the 5th. So GTZ wins here. They push themselves up in the league standings.
So we're going to see a little bit of early aggression, and it's kind of something that's going to need to be a similar theme here as we head down into this basement round. The bunker wars, if you will. R6 is definitely going to need to be pulling out some cheeky strats here and find those early entry kills. It's going to have to be off the back of some really aggressive play, I think. On the defense, let's talk about it. You said it. We've got the Solus and the Fenrir on the board, off and banned out. Gonna be huge in this 5v4 scenario, right? Pushing into side, getting those Fenrirs all up in your face. Gonna be a little bit tough. Malusi holding the angle into kitchen here. Oh, there we go. And unfortunately, Sujuk taken off the board. It is gonna be Malusi to follow, but it's put us into a 4v2. As the shotgun rings out and does what a shotgun does. Lucifer is down, now take us into a 2v2, into a 2v1, as it's now all left on the shoulders of Pyra. If Pyra can find one kill, even up that body balance, then it's like that initial man advantage never even occurred.
I mean, here we are. He's got the diffuser, got a flank drone, and now in the freezer. What and we was a minute and a half left, so halfway into this round, we're down to a 2v1. A lot of action to start it off. Aggression on both sides, which I think plays into the attacking team's favor. They got to be aggressive and push in order to make a 4v5 happen consistently round after round. Sitting back and waiting, time is the 6th man. We talk about constantly. If you got to have 6 v4, then you're in a real world of hurt. So great job pushing here.
Yep, and here we are. It's going to see the final bit of swing here. Solus ready for the rotate. Of course, they obviously know his location. Couple of pre-fires. Like I said, all he's got to find is this one. And he get himself evened up, pre-firing every single corner.
But the defensive team being incredibly careful, and they trade on the last.
Wow. Wow.
Oh man. Wow, what a great push there. I mean, man, we're gonna end up saying 4v5 an awful lot because that's so devastating to the attacking team, but GTZ taking the first.
That's right. Taking the first, really playing to those numbers advantages, and using the refrag to 1v or 2v1 them themselves out of that map. Gonna see something similar. If you're on the side of GTZ, maybe a little traps to get this over with a little bit quicker. If you're on the side of R6 is dead, I mean, what do you do starting down a man? What's the strat going into that? How do we come back from that?
So, great pick. I like what Toby-Wan Kenobi here picked on the Brava. We talk about Brava being an awesome pick, a great new operator to add to the R6 lineup. Her ability to steal the defender's gadgets, I think, can really come in handy to make sure that they're not getting caught by the Malusi traps, stealing cams, trying to deny some of the intel from the defensive team. But the problem is that it's a slow process. Even though she's a 3-speed operator, the fact that they're gonna, if she's spending a lot of time droning, half the round was gone and nearly everyone was dead except for 3 players on the last one. So spending a lot of time on drone is going to be really a bit detrimental.
Yep, I agree. And when you're a man down to you're losing some counter to an op that's above. We do have 2 sets of nades in the pockets of the R6 is dead here with the Ayana and the Sledge. Do got a little bit of hard breach with the Habana, but generally, right, we're missing something for an EMP. Maybe we're missing that second standard hard breach like the Ace. So unfortunately, when you're down a man, it is costly. Ash here already inside of Dining Hall, going to be pushing towards white. It is blocked off. They get him on cams. He's going to make the big switch around. That's unfortunate too. Oh, there we go. Numbers are evened up there as Pyrod finds the first kill. It is going to be, oh man, Toby getting ripped off the board by that Vector, ringing out and claiming his dome piece. Korea going to be rotating down and taking the scenic route.
Burning all
Burning
the
out
ADS.
that
Oh
ADS, yeah.
no!
Darn it.
Oh, did the nade
wow.
down him?
Tyrod with a second kill there. Now take us into a 3v2, but it is going to get traded as Korea finds themselves another kill and a C4. Yowza. That, jeez, that's tough. Now it's going to all be on the shoulders of Pyrod, back into a 2v1 situation, and I feel like this is probably something we're going to say quite a few times here, right? Trades are going out as normal trades do, and as it works, we're down into a 1v2.
Pyrod carrying a bit of the carrying the team there. A 4-1 now 4-2, picking up a double on Boast. Oh, looks like asking for a rehost in game chat.
Okay.
Oh, did we get a fifth in?
Ooh,
That would
maybe
be-
try to even up a little bit of that man advantage, huh? So it is going to be a quick rehost, which is good, man. You don't want to see somebody going into those gunfights down in the numbers. It seems all but inevitable, or the ending is known for every single one. Even if you're playing at your best, you're still going to be putting yourself down into those 1vx situations. And Pyrod doing a great job of getting inside, and GTZ doing a fantastic job of just bunkering down, right? You already know that you have got the dub if you get onto the refrag train. So bunker everybody back into sight. You hold on to those that utility that's really going to slow down that attacking team, not let anybody get any surprise picks. And well, I mean, it was classic Siege from that point on.
Having the aggressive attacking operators, Ayana, Ash, obviously it looks like the team feels comfortable with those. I think you were right. Bringing some extra hard breach along, trying to get a few more angles into sight, just open up some space, make the defenders feel a little bit more exposed, would have been a good option. If we are truly going to get the fifth back, then we can get back into a little bit more conventional siege, as opposed to panic siege in a 4v5, where it sort of changes around completely what you've planned for on Oregon. So that would be nice, I think, both because it gives both teams the best opportunity to actually have a shot at winning this game. And since we're looking at third and fifth place teams, don't want to give up any points for free there.
Yeah, that's the truth, absolutely. and both of these teams vying for a bump up in the standing spot. So being down man was tough. But I mean, of course, there's ways to combat it, right? We get a little bit aggressive. We get some great drone economy. I mean, it's possible. We've seen it done before. Fortunately, we don't have to watch that going down. It is 2 rounds in favor of the defense. So we are going to be heading to that Tersh site play when we get back. Hopefully, it's going to be a little bit of that battle up top. You talked about that conventional siege. Would love to see some back and forth of that top ground fight for sure. But maybe a little bit of Ram coming out or something.
Yep. And one of the other things when we had the standings up there for a second, just to clarify on points, right? This is a points-based league, so you get 3 points for a win, 2 points for an OT win, 1 for an OT loss. So the best opportunity that both of these teams have is to try and win in regulation to maximize the points that they win. And the opposing team wants to at least hold it to overtime to guarantee themselves at least one.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused.
Right on. So Froxy making their way onto the board, onto the team. Gonna try to be that extra piece of the puzzle for R6's dad to get him a little bit closer in that score line.
And considering Froxy is the team captain, I don't remember if he was the IGL from the last time, but he's definitely the team captain. So, not having the captain in place, I think, would have been a huge detriment there to the R6's dead team. So, I think really great to see him back finally, and we get to see what this real matchup between these two teams is going to be
5
like.
seconds to insertion.
That's right. First 2 rounds, Gonzo, Garbanzo.
Attackers
Gonna be a little bit more of a standard push. Let's talk about it. On the attacking side, gonna bring out the Twitch. Great for getting rid of those gadgets, especially those Fenrir charges that have proved to be, you know, so absolutely devastating on the push end. Ying, often neglected, often banned, especially on Oregon because of that quick plant potentiality. We're gonna see Froxy say, hey, we gotta get a couple of rounds back in our favor. Let's do it on the back of some candelas. I like to call hard breach from a distance. Gonna be acing those Selma charges.
Oh, no way! From below.
From the underneath. Huge. The trades do ring out as Korea is gonna get ripped off the board as well. Now putting us into a 4v4. That was within the first minute. Yeah, verticality, baby. This is the age of it, and it works both directions, up and down. Unfortunately, gets caught from the underneath. Tozy shot off in dramatic fashion.
That was a freaking perfect setup for a small tower hold though from the defense. They set up mute upstairs, spent all the utility trying to get him cleared out, and completely forgot about the fact that there was a hole downstairs that Frost was holding. She does get traded out, but man, what a great small tower hold. If she had survived, that was a huge win for the defense there.
Alas, she does not, so body bounce is tipped in favor of R6's dead. It's going to be Pyrod. Take a look down that shower hallway, find exactly where these last few defenders are lying in wait. They've got the long angle all the way into kitchen.
A double.
That.
A double from Rikas there, and then Toby Bon Kenobi grabbing a triple so far, sitting at 3-0.
Man, it kind of looked like he was dropping the diffuser and he was saying, take it. And Sujuk was saying, no, I don't want it. And then they both died for that conversation. That was unfortunate. Oh, great shots there at the end. Finding the double headshot. Unfortunate for R6's dead. Got caught sleeping. Now find themselves down 3 in the scoreline as we head into round 4.
Well, and you know, I think a little bit just flustered to start with, right? Had to play 2 rounds 4v5 without the captain. Okay, now you got him back in, rehost. Got to get settled back down. That was the first round they played together in the traditional siege there. So now they've got their chance to suss out how this defense is gonna at least start to handle this map at least. But Mira, bringing Mira in the defense, gonna be tough.
Yep. Well, we've got the play for it though, right? It's the Twitch on the board. If she can get in, a couple of drone ops. We're gonna see Toby 6-picking onto the Brava as well. Blitz being brought out now. Maybe I might be mistaken here. Oh no, okay. They got rid of the Blitz. I'm gonna say we've been surprised by a couple of quick executes. I was hoping to maybe see one come alive there to bring him into this first round.
Well, yeah, the blitz in the barrels push has been. We've definitely seen a few of those, and doesn't even necessarily need to be a quick push. We've seen him wait until the very end, until they've, the complete execute happens. So that's an interesting way to handle it as well.
Indeed. This is going to be the Grim on the board after his recent rework, not having to put himself into damage to get some of those bees out. It's smokes, it's fires, it's grenades, chaos in the bunker war here.
So much utility spent just in that one area, and Show's the first to go.
That is going to be the Twitch off the board. So the body balance does get evened up. Pyrod taking a look at Pillar, does have a little bit of intel, hears them. Gonna try to suss out the location with those electronic bees.
They're difficult to see actually in the way that that room is arranged. They would blend in really well with the grays of the Oregon basement.
All right, minute 40 left on the board. We're still sitting with that 4-piece. Got a C4 and 2 impacts on the board. No grenades, however. Gonzo Garbanzo. Well,
That's
my
too
off the board
bad.
also, so they can't use the discs for those flashes that could be coming in right now. Oh,
The
yes!
drop on Warden.
Huge pick from the drop down. C4 rings out, but not gonna claim him as that dome piece gets shut down.
Drop the diffuser.
Gonna be a trade out as Lucifer finds a kill. Froxy gonna take Lucifer out. Dito on Tanobi.
Covered their diffuser.
Oh,
Ruby.
no way. I thought he was going to grab a 4K there, but no. Dito is the only one left, down to Goyo versus Pyrod. I know the stats don't show it. He had he had a few kills there before we had the rehost in those first 2 rounds.
Give away a little bit of his location. Pre-firing, checking every corner. This is a scenario we've seen before. Is he going to be able to capitalize on it this time? It's going to be the close swing from Goyo. Ooh! Pyrod coming up clean on that shot. Head piece all the way around, and well, I tell you what, they're on the board.
He was the last one alive for the first 2 rounds before the rehost, so now he was able to clutch one out there and come up with a dub. I bet that feels good.
It's got to feel good. 3-1 as we get close to getting ourselves to the end of the half here. Take a special second to say some of the cursoraries here. Big thank you to Vibrant League putting this game on today and having the Whiskey Boys. Thank you to both of these teams, of course. And the Observer and producer, big, huge shout-outs, big, huge thank yous. Having a blast already in this 3-and-run, headed into round number 5.
The Playday 5 here was supposed to be 4 games, and I think it still is. And the first game got delayed, so if you were looking for, I think it was Viperio, it's hopefully going to be played later in the day. The next 2 games are going to be cast by a different pair here on Vibrant, and we'll introduce them a little bit later.
That's right. Can't wait to listen. One in Dispa. Gonna be bringing the heat for matches 2 and 3.
Objective is to defuse a bomb.
All right, look who we're seeing. Got some familiar faces on the board here. Attacking team gonna go ahead and utilize the Monty push. I freaking love Sujuk on the Monty. Absolutely. Don't have any kills just yet. Put yourself on a support player. Walk up those stairs and just be an absolute menace. Oh, no stairs. We're on the turf site. Just walk straight in.
Yeah, first board play, using the Grim to block off Mute from here, being able to make his way through 90. And look at this, too. Toby-Wan Kenobi downstairs.
That
looking
was
for
a huge...
hatch play.
That was a huge play as Lucifer gets his... Oh, my lord. Lucifer gets his head ripped off the board. Yeah, Amaru ready.
Oh, not going to go for the hatch push. That would have been amazing. But no, grabs a double.
Okay, so it was the turnaround, right? Went for a little bit of a flank, and now we find ourselves in a 1v3. That was the first minute of gameplay. Holy cow. Plant starting to go down. It's the drop from the hatch. A little bit of a pre-fire, not going to come up with anything. Oh, there we go. Triple kill. Got an ace to win this one out. One of them being the Monty, and we are now in a post-play. Quad kill.
No way. No way.
Oh, my lord. Is he going to be able to get in here? This is tough.
What?
Whoa. That looked a little dicey.
I mean...
Gotta have 7 seconds on the board to get this.
We got it! No!
Rikas with the ace and enough time to pull that out. Oh, Sujuk is mad at that one. Holy cow.
I cannot believe he won that. That looked like Monty had that thing on lockdown, and he gets the kill with 16 seconds left. Plenty of time for a 7-second defuse. That diffuser went down within the first minute.
Yeah, everybody went down within the first minute. We quickly found ourselves into a 1v3 with still like 2 minutes to go in the game.
Defenders,
What a
protect your
play
bombs.
off the
Defused
back
by
of
attackers.
Recaz there. A huge play. Absolutely astounding. What an ace. Somebody clip that.
That was an ace for him, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was an ace
Oh,
clutch against a Monty too. I mean, I'm just absolutely impressed. That was beautiful.
no way.
Hmm. Woo. Okay, so geez, defense coming up huge there as they find themselves up by 3 as we're on the last round of the half before the roll swap. And is it headed back down for some bunker wars, baby?
I think
And
so.
right.
Objective is to
And
I think
here
this
we
is
go.
it.
Look, it's the Blitz on the board. It's the Brava. It's the Grim. Could be setting ourselves up for a little bit of a rush execute here as they start to make their way towards construction. Amaru heading up top to get that vertical control fairly quickly. Make sure she can secure that they don't get caught up on the flank.
Here we are. We got the blitz in. The barrels
love it.
push, just like we talked about. Oh, the C4!
Wow! Bounced off his dome piece. That's going to be the Blitz and the Brava. Both done and gone. Well, it's not done and gone, of course. Sujuk still stuck by pillar, but going to be pretty unretrievable as it is right inside of sight. You have to get pretty ballsy to pick that one up.
That, oh my lord. Yeah, like you said, somebody clipped that. That was unbelievable. The observer caught that with the Z4 bouncing off, and they recovered blitz.
Wow. Wow. Ballsy it is, and now the shield is back on play here. It is a 5v3, still got just under 2 minutes left on the board here, and another C4, so Lucifer choose to get active yet again onto this blitz.
He's so low health.
Attackers drop the diffuser.
He's got to be careful how he pushes these engagements. Got to use that shield to preserve his life.
Froxy off the board, blitz soon to follow, and it is now into a 5v1 situation, and it's looking like, okay, 4v1. I was about to say it's looking a little grim here for the attacking team, but of course we never want to say it's not possible, right? Because we've seen some absolute gunners come up clean here. Still got to find 4. Essentially, you're putting yourself in a position that Riquez was in just on this last play. Have to ace to clutch this round up. Got 57 to do so.
It's looking pretty grim.
Yeah,
We
I
caught
know.
that whiskey.
Yeah.
It is. It's looking pretty grim for Grim and Lucifer. Oh man, coming alive, grabbing another SMG-11 kill. He's been deadly on that thing.
Hey, SMG-11s are deadly, bro.
Still, that was Pyrod again, right? I mean, he's been the last guy alive for I think now 6 of the 7 rounds.
Jeez. Well,
The R6's dead team, and now the great thing here is, okay, 5-1 half, and we're here on the side swap. So what we talked about in the setup, if you're just joining us, is the R6 is dead, or the ex-Blue Jays team. Statistically, this is their best map, and statistically, they're a defensive-sided team. They've got a higher win rate by about 20% on the attack on the defensive side. So here, they're on their best map on defense. 5-1 looks a little bit rough on the R6's dead side, but it's definitely playing into their favor. So we could see a pretty big swing in momentum. The question is whether or not they got their head all completely back in the game after starting 4v5 for the first 2 rounds.
yeah, that makes it pretty tough. But if on the line of standard splits, right, generally we see a 4-2 during those areas. So, I mean, I don't think R6 is dead is completely upset about, oh, here we go. This would be a good way to even it up. Some siege timing. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. D7 not going to be able to capitalize on that bit of spawn peak shenanigans. Not to say he won't give it another try. Might be heading around to a different window to get it going here.
I can't believe he looked away at the exact second that the player peeked that angle. That was unbelievable.
Hey, I believe it. That's my whole entire gameplay, right? That's my whole plan. I'm gonna look away right as the action starts. Solus gonna get ripped off the board here as R6 is dead find themselves in a similar situation somewhere they've been before. It's a 4v5.
Okay, so all that's changed is that there's a minute less gameplay, so we're starting off 2 minutes in the round. Let's go.
Ayo. Lots of top floor control there. Oh, man. Lucifer with LA5 claiming the life of Toby. Now takes us into a 5v3 situation. But, I mean, it is defense, right? You can definitely hold out 3v5. Let's bunker back down to side. Let's hold the angles that we know we can hold. I mean, you still have Mira on the board. You still have 2 C4s on the board. This is still winnable for the defense.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100% completely still winnable. I wish in the 4v5 scenario, I wish they wouldn't have played as aggressively on defense and tried to bunker back down. I mean, yeah, you're even if you're a defensive team, here you don't have a lot of opportunity to make mistakes. I mean, they've only got 2 rounds and this thing is over. They really didn't want to go into match point sitting with a 1-round win, because then you got to be perfect for 5. That's a tall order.
Is a tall order. Still gonna get active here. C4 Rip gonna send it. Not gonna find one. Was it shot? Vector gonna find the head of Lucifer, however. Gonna find him a double before getting ripped down. Now takes us into a 2v2, just like that. R6 is dead, back in this, completely still winnable. C4 primed and prepped for that hatch drop. A little bit of pillar play, not gonna find anything. However, it's gonna put them into a full white scenario. A couple of pre-fires through. Ying trying to come up huge. Oh, Jaeger just able to his way out of there. Now put it all onto the shoulders of Ditzo.
No way.
I cannot
Jaeger is
believe we watched this play out
invincible.
this way.
How did that happen? And they traded, but Jaeger was downed.
Oh my lord.
Word.
That was like a scary movie, honestly. Every time Jaeger was coming around a corner, somebody else was getting shots on him. And all he said, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Holy cow.
Oh my word. I can't believe Jaeger survived that. I mean, it was just everybody on the team was going to get an assist if Jaeger went down.
And defuse as many bombs as they can.
Yeah, but it doesn't rhyme. Lily's in here learning German. Let's go. Oh, I love it. I love this game. I love this community. This is so freaking fun. Okay, R6 is dead. Finds himself another to get that score line a little bit closer. You said they were a defensive team. They showed it there.
Yeah, boy, they really pulled that one off. That was amazing. Did not think that was going to go that way based on how the round had gone. How quickly it switched from a 5v3 to a 2v2.
Yeah.
Huge. Objective to locate a bomb and defuse it.
So let's talk about it. Let's talk about this defense. We have the Thorn on the board, bringing that deployable. Oh, speaking of, takes a little bit of damage on a first engagement very quickly. Must be getting a little cheeky. It's going to be Toby wanting to get a little aggressive at the bottom of white as well. They're going to make sure that they're having a struggle even getting into the building. It's a great job of really setting the pace against this attacking team, which is, of course, the thing that the win condition here for them to start bringing these rounds back. Toby's got the dock out. He's got the juice. And other than that, we're looking at a pretty standard Thorn with that 1.5 rework to make her a more viable pick here.
Yeah, and D7 had been was the first kill on the last round as well. Again, spawn peeking into a lot of these a lot of the early areas. So not surprising to see Thorn take a little bit of damage. That's his play style.
Likes a little bit of the aggro. 2 sets of nades in the hands of the defenders. We are going to see Lucifer back onto that Ying.
Nobody pushing small towers, so Pyrod's going to have to rotate out of there and come back and try and assist more central to site here, because he was way off and no one pushing that direction.
D7 just missing out on a potential for some combat there as they take the van
Bomb located by attackers.
up to the top of the balcony. Minute and a half left on the board, and I think this is like one of the first rounds that we're seeing somebody not completely ripped off the board within the first minute of gameplay.
Yeah,
Ooh, there's one. Pyrod coming up huge on the headshot. Giving body balance back over to R6 is dead. In a 5v4. Korea gonna find themselves droned in. Get a little intel, maybe potentially send out that last grenade.
okay, execute coming. Ying is getting ready with the Candelas into the attic.
Oh, no grenades where you're coming from with that freak
Oh,
shoddy.
no.
My Froxy
not a
of the
triple.
shoddy. Oh my lord, huge. Froxy with the triple. It's gonna be too little too late as Lucifer's gonna get his head ripped right completely off the body. It's gonna be defensive win.
Before the Ying Candela went off, she threw it in. Toby Wan Kenobi was waiting right there and was able to shoot before it went off. That was some quick execute, some quick thinking on his part to take care of Ying. Otherwise, I think that would have definitely been a kill in Ying's favor. That was a fraction of a second there, just in time.
Just like
Attackers
that.
need to locate and
That's
defuse
one
bomb.
more closer. GTZ, all they gotta do is have one to put themselves on the match point. But it's R6 is dead, finding 2 in a row.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
All right, now it's time for GTZ, I think, to reevaluate, right? Okay, we won 5, had a great defensive half, starting to push and not winning our pushes here on attack so far. Time to rethink. And now we're on the tertiary site, so you got a couple different options here on how you want to play this. But R6 is dead, setting up kind of like it's an upstairs hold because they got to hold on to
Attackers
vertical.
are moving to defuse
Yeah, a
bomb.
little bit of extension upstairs. Generally on the attacking side, when we do see this meeting hall hold, we see the OSA being brought out and utilized. Not going to be the case here. They are going to opt for the Nomad there. That will be helping towards that flank watch, especially from that attic area, tower area. Well, I'd love to see a Fenrir gadget get taken by that Bravo drone too. Add a little bit of intrigue to this round.
Yeah. Potentially using, you've got Brava for taking care of the, the Cade traps, the Wamai discs, put a little bit of pressure on the defending team here.
Yep, it's all angles and elbows here. As they're holding quite a few entrances in. First minute off the board, drones really doing their work, sussing out where the heck these guys are. It's just pre-fire city. Gonna start taking bits and pieces out of each other off the back of this cage shoddy. Ooh, shows getting taken off the board. It does get traded out as Lucifer finds a headshot onto D7. Now puts us into a 4v4. We're gonna start to see those walls opened.
Yeah, it was good teamwork there, getting Cade off the angle to hold so they could get rid of the Cade trap with Brava and open that one, open the wall up downstairs.
Oh, there's the Vector ringing out, singing some death. As Riquez greets death like an old friend there. Oh, Cade shot
Sujuk down too.
but it is gonna get traded out as Ditso's gonna take Sujuk off the board. The headshot, a little bit of a heady.
This did look like what they needed to do, having the attacking team slow down a bit, but no.
bomb diffuser.
Wow. Just running into the kitchen, unfortunate. I don't know if they knew Mira was there, if she had rotated into that position, but wow, they definitely did not know, at least didn't appear that they knew she was there because all the engagement was focused on the other player in the kitchen, leaving Mira, Froxy to clean up both.
Wow. So you talked about R6 is dead being a defensive-sided team in general, having a 20% more win rate. They're showing it here, one away from tying this up. There's no way that GTZ should be letting this happen.
Attackers need to locate.
Gotta find at least one on the attack. Such a
Well-
dominant performance on the first half to let 3 unanswered go on the second.
I mean, the statistics don't lie.
Isn't GTZ an attacker-sided team?
They're an
Didn't you say that too?
attacker-sided team, but I think the stacking of R6 being a defensive-sided team and Oregon being their best map,
Aha.
both of those seem to be stacking up in favor of R6's dead. So yeah, GTZ's got to adapt their playstyle here a bit to be able to push themselves a little bit better. I think the way they handled it was good to start with. They took a more slow and methodical approach, but
Locate and defuse the
weren't
bomb.
having anything there to push the R6 out of position enough to be able to get a lot of map control. They were getting killed on some long angles and just couldn't get map control into an area they could push.
So here we find ourselves. It's 5-4. GTZ still up in the scoreline by 1 as we head back down to the Bunker Wars, baby. Let's go. And it's a classic strat here as well, right? We've got K to stop that hatch entry, right? Get rid of that verticality. Goyo on the slowdown game. Doc with the juice. And, of course, the ever-present and always daunting Mira. Doc taking a ton of damage, but it's Doc, baby. Stemmed again, ready to take that engagement. There's Goyo taken off the board as Rikaz finds that kill. 10 and 5. Rikaz is sitting at.
Yeah, that was a great kill there from using the sloped ceiling, the sloped roof to his advantage, and unfortunately, the defensive player losing his toes.
Pesky little drones. All right, gonna start to claim some of this real estate. Oh, double from Rikaz now. Taking us into a 5v3 with a minute and a half left on the board. Starting to come up attacker-sided here. Froxy going to get active on the elbow. Nothing from the bunker coming their direction.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
Definitely looking like a coordinated push here. Much better and waiting to see. Do they have an EMP? Ah, they do. Thatcher's got it. Yep. Bonnett's gonna get that hatch open in meeting.
Right, and you got to have that verticality. Even in a 5v3, we saw this kind of scenario play out before. So get all of those angles that you can get set up, because you know what? This R6 is dead is still going to fight to the very last man. This is still going to be a battle, even though you've got the numbers here. "38 seconds left on the board, and we're going to start to see some of those Goyo canisters being utilized. We're going to close up that back rotate area as they drop down into hatch. Yin going to start getting active, going to be looking towards Freezer, not finding anything, however, yet, as they're holding back deep into sight. 21 seconds left. That's going to be the C4. It is going to take only Hibana off the board. Korea going to find themselves 2. It's now all on the shoulders of Pyrod, who holds the angle from
Attackers active.
Oh, just a little bit.
too far away, and now, of course, they know where he's at. They are holding the angle tight. It's a 4v1 post plant. It's going to be a tough climb back here.
Yeah, and one of the attackers running to come down the back of Freezer stairs as fast as they can to put pressure on Pyrod. The plant was perfect, making sure that it wasn't in line from Freezer. They must have had an idea that he was sitting there, because if they planted normal default right up next to the chassis, that would have been an easy kill for Kaid, but unfortunately no. Great plant on the GTZ side. And Pyrod left alive alone at the end again, but not able to hold on. GTZ grabbing their first attacking round and putting them on match point.
Sheesh.
Sheesh indeed, brother.
Man, that was crazy. That was a classic push into the Bunker Wars. They all dropped at the same time, collapsing onto site. It was a 5v3. K doing his best to stall as long as he can with that sniper shotty.
Defused by attackers.
And
Yeah,
this
it was a
could be
good
it. Match and
coordinated
series
push
point.
there. Yeah, and the best of one. This is it. Okay, so GTZ has already at this point claimed at least 1 point in the point standings here for the vibrant minor league. Because even if R6 is dead, can force OT, that mean it'll be a 2-1 split. So they've guaranteed themselves at least 1 point currently. Great spot for them to be in, and they're gonna try and claim the full
10
3
seconds left before
by
insertion.
winning 1 round in the next 2.
5 seconds
And to
insertion.
do so, who did they bring along? It's a 6-pick onto the blitz. You know, I love to see it. Not much of a quick execute really set up here with the operators. We do have the long breach of Ace. We do have of course, the entry of Ash. Lion for that intel. Generally, for a quick execute, though, we'll be looking at something like a Capitao and a Finka as well. They are going to get in quick, though. It's going to be the Blitz and the Ash. Huh.
They're gonna Gone 6 this door and everyone's gonna rush in?
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Yes, indeed.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
The quick rush, they got a few to play with, of course. It is going to be Wamai trying to take this battle here, and Blitz is going to be the first to fall. Ash going to go right behind it, though. Now, oh, man, and everybody just dropping. It's a flawless round for R6 is dead. Putting them one away from tying this up for some OT. You have to respect the play. It didn't quite do what they needed, though.
Yeah, it looked like Blitz didn't get the flash out. Wamai was able to get the impact nade, throw him off balance. They knew exactly where it was. He was able to get flanked. They didn't have everybody pushing together. They needed to have more coverage there from Blitz. He needed to pick up at least one at the beginning. The whole thing just completely did not work out the way you need a quick execute to work. It was a good, the setup was good. Execute a little shaky and caught some bad luck along with it.
Yeah, yep. Really, if you're wanting to get in there for that quick, that kind of quick play in through basement, you really have to kill that Wamai in elbow so you can allow yourself to push left towards that laundry area and start sweeping and funneling the enemies into that circular point to be, pinched off from bunker door. And so unfortunately, when he did fail to kill the Wamai, it allowed the cross to be set up.
5 seconds left.
I mean, they were at match point 6-4. It was a great place to try it, right? If you win, you're gonna look like a hero, like winning the round, winning the match. But in this case, okay, now they got the opportunity to again play a more conventional round of Siege upstairs in the second floor site take, which I don't remember which one did GTZ win. They won a basement round. So far, I think it was definitely a good try to see whether or not it could work, because they would have looked like heroes if they had pulled it off.
Lillian Vicious, a house divided. I love it. 6-5 here. GTZ trying to put this one away. R6 trying to stay in it. Boy, we want that OT also, right? Double overtime with that 1v1 clutch finish. This has the makings to do so. This war of attrition. Ooh, Ferrazzi.
Where did from the master bedroom door with the shoddy? Oh, the M59 deadly.
Taking a little bit of damage
armory.
there. Looking like we might be seeing some OT here, baby. It's a 5v3 now as the last minute and 30 is ringing out. They've got the intel that somebody's on. Oh, there's the start of the comeback. L85.
Yeah. Oh, what?
Ouch.
Doc. Okay, so no hard breach and one left. All in the hands of Recast. 12-6-1 though.
Yep, I mean, that's a good score line for somebody needing to find 4. Didn't he already ace once? This is definitely something in the realm of possibility. But not going to be so. We're going to see some OT, baby.
No way. Wow, okay, so we talked about GTZ getting at least one. Now it's the same. R6 is guaranteed at least one at this point as well. So now We're playing for a point. Who is going to take home the OT win? But you know who actually wins here is the viewers and the fans getting to see all the maximum game possible.
Yay! Let's go, baby!
Attackers need to locate and
6-6. You know what? When we started this game with the man advantage to GTZ for the first 2 rounds, I did not expect for us to be sitting here on an overtime match point. And the fact that the ex-Blue Jays are on the defense for this starting out OT, I think this might spell some disaster for GTZ.
Yeah, it's going to be rough. They were able to put together one attacking win so far. So now they've got the opportunity to put together at least one more, and hopefully they can at this
10
point.
seconds to go.
Pretty exciting setup here by the defense. Let's talk about it. Got the mirror on the board. Froxy coming in after 2 rounds, 17-6. My guy. Who are you? Trying to drop a 20 bomb here, and he's in good position to do so. Now this Cav. Oh my gosh,
No
they
way
know
she
she's there.
escaped. How did they droned her out, and somehow she escaped out of the corner between the window and the door with her life? I can't believe that worked.
Well, you know what? She's seen the Matrix. She knew what to do when those bullets started flying.
She's seen the Matrix.
Yeah, that's what happened. It's studied up, ready to go. If you're gonna test me, you better study. Did by watching
Wow.
the Matrix. Cav here getting active in the kitchen, gonna try to get somebody for that interrogation. One of my favorite parts of Siege. And you know what that does towards this attacking team? That means you gotta still roam clear and room clear every single door, every single hallway, every single potential cavity that the Cav could be sitting in.
Yeah,
Because
because
you
you
know
never
she's
know.
still
when-
out and active. Yeah, she's gonna come up on that flank.
And you're not going to be able to hear it. I mean, I think that with their latest update, she's no longer 100% silent. Are you kidding me? Can you
What?
see through the side of a
Whiskey, write
barricaded
that down.
door?
Write that down. Whiskey, that's going in the ranked book. Write that down.
Wow.
That's why they're the players, right? They know all those cheeky things.
Oh.
Oh, not gonna find it here. As the body bounce is gonna go to favor of GTZ. R6 in a position very familiar to them in a 5v4. The minute and 21 still left on the board.
But it is the bunker site. This is it's a difficult one for the attacking team. It is the one that GTZ won on attack. So, most interesting choice for R6 to start there on their side choice.
I don't think the GTZ was worried about a one-off or what they think was a one-off. Is he gonna get it? He is. What a beautiful Cade trick. Whiskey, write that down. Cade trick in there.
Oh, they brought Thatcher along, so okay.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Is he gonna get it? No, Thatcher is gonna use both this time to make sure that not realizing that Cade was tricking the hatch. But Thatcher using up all of his utility. That's it at this point.
So, folks, it's 22 seconds left. We're still in a 5v4. Trade's going to start ringing out.
Pyrock
Pyrock,
grabbing-
double. Yow! Now putting us into a 4v3. It's all on the shoulders of the defense here. They do even up that man advantage. It does go down into a 2v2. 9 seconds left as we're seeing this last bit of pushing. Shows trying to find somebody inside of sight. Yep, and they're not going to get that plant down. It's going to be a 2-2. 2-2 at the end of that OT round with, I can't believe we still had 4 people alive at the end of that round.
GTZ just running out of time, and the 6th man coming in with time claiming the win there. Wow. A lot of smack talking going on in the game chat there. I'm pretty sure DTZ knows what the objective in the mission is, but unfortunately they needed to put that push together in a much more rapid pace. But they're back on defense, and this was where GTZ really shined in the first half. If you're just joining us, GTZ went 5-1 on their defensive half to start this match off. So R6 is Dead has really had a huge comeback here to put themselves 7-6.
Yeah, no kidding. Up on the OT. Woo, okay, yeah, I know.
17-6-1. Pyrod 10-4-2. Crazy games from those two.
Yeah, same. Recaz at that 12-8. Several in the hunt for those double-digit numbers here.
Attackers are moving to defuse the bomb.
It's going to be GTZ now on that bunker war defense. Got to try to hold off R6 is Dead. Boy, I tell you what, if R6 comes back and wins this one, it's going to be one for the books.
You know,
I mean,
that's
they're
one
up. They
thing
just got to find one. Yeah, go ahead.
from a stat perspective too. I mean, Froxy didn't play the first 2 rounds, and we had a rehost at that point. So you know, a lot of the players like Pyrod had I think 4 kills before the rehost, grabbing a double in those first 2 rounds. So some of these stats are even a little bit lower from the fan perspective than what we're actually seeing.
Jeez. That is absolutely true. Pyrod here getting active, going to start sending that grenade in. They've got the hole ready for it. The J Kizzle special peek, as we call it. Give a man, make a man a hole, and he'll feed on that enemy team.
No way, they're in sight.
Oh my lord. 3v5 Whiskey. We're seeing the collapse of the defense here now into a 5v2. R6 is dead. Whiskey trying to put this one away. It's all on the shoulders of Shu, who does find one, but Plant's going down and it's too little. It's too late. R6 coming up clean to end this one off in the OT. Holy cow. What did we just watch?
We just watched R6 orchestrate a comeback from a 5-1 deficit to win that 8-6. Wow.
Huge. The addition of Froxy not able to drop that 20 bomb, one shy of the 20 bomb. Unfortunate there. Yeah, R6 Dead just showing the grit. They dug in. They were down in the man advantage. Lost 2 rounds because of it early out the gate. And then, holy cow, brought it back to some OT and eventually taking the dub. What a game of Siege. You know what they did? They made Oregon fun and exciting. That was a really awesome round of freaking Siege.
That, like you said in the setup, we see Oregon all the time. Sometimes can be a little bit boring, but that one was fun. The clawback that the ex-Blue Jays R6 is Dead squad put together there was pretty incredible. I mean, 5-1 to 8-6. Really, the stats on their defensive side is going to be huge here. Going to pad it even more in their favor. The other teams in the league are going to question themselves about whether or not they want to take this team to Oregon again in the future.
Yep, that's the truth. Well, I think that's it for the Whiskey Boys here. We only get to do one for the Vibrant today, but hold on, because One and Dispa coming up next, and you know that they are going to bring the absolute fire for these next 2 matches. So sit back, relax, fill your drink up to the tippy top, because when we come back, it's going to be One and Dispa on the mic. Ayo.
Let's go.
Introducing Everest, the world's first customizable and premium mechanical keyboard experience. When designing Everest, we wanted to bring an uncompromised, highly personalized product to the market. We offer you maximum freedom of choice. Let us show you how. Comprised of CNC milled double aluminum faceplates, you'll immediately see and feel the exceptional build quality.
And with that, welcome back from the break. We have game 2 of the day ahead of us on day 5 of our nice little vibrant league here today. Casting next to me is one we are both have worked quite a lot with each other recently, so I think you're gonna have a very fine-tuned team here, hopefully. And talking about teams, who do we have playing now?
We have playing Wild Multigaming versus 5 stars, which is seems like a quite obvious choice of
Prediction, yeah.
underdog and prediction, yeah, because 5 stars currently at the 9th place. I'm only one team behind them, and Wild Multigaming is on the 2nd place. They could, yeah, maybe get into 1st place on this play day.
Yeah, I mean, Wild Multigaming has been tearing up the scene a lot recently. They came out of the old. Oh no, I need to remember the name of what they used to be called. They came out of the old PG net system. Kind of came from PG
Yeah,
two,
yeah.
moved up into one, and then from there they've just been grinding and grinding and grinding, picking up Swiss as I think their most recent pickup, who's also one of the up and coming stars. And they've been tearing up in qualifiers, in playoffs, and now in the Vibrant League as well. I don't think it's to anybody's surprise here. Slowly getting into the English again. Um, on the other hand, I don't know that much about 5 stars, but they have Salbak, who I know from the old T4 days, and they have 2 Finnish people, which is already enough to be one of the best teams in the world. Just pick up Finnish people.
Could be, yeah. Yeah, I suffered myself against multigaming in Combine. I think they eliminated basically us in the last stage we played. I think it was one of the reasons we didn't advance. So I definitely know they're gonna be strong, and we have, I think Swiss isn't the most recent addition because there's one in the lobby without the wild tag. And it's one person who is very much known, I would say, in the scene. It's Akari from the old Eminem Academy roster.
Oh, wait. I'm still getting my clean feed up, so you just blew my brains out. I don't know if that was the right way to phrase it. Anyway, we're not gonna go into that phrasing, but Urkery, I coached him for like almost 4 months back in the day, so I know him very well, and he's been also tearing up the scene. If we're gonna stay with that phrasing, with the Eminem Academy roster, who have most recently, unfortunately, disbanded when their coach finally left them, so he wasn't saying that. But at the end of the day, Akari has been one of the up and coming stars. He's had his tier 1 trials, his fair share of tier 1 trials, if I know it correctly. And he's always been one of my picks to might move into Q1 very soon. He didn't have the pleasure so far, but I think we can expect a lot from him today if he's going to be tearing. I have to skip that phrasing from now on. Use it too often. If he's going to be performing well in the game, and as well, you have 2 finished guys on the other side. You need one of your own.
Yeah, that's for sure. What's already for sure too is that we have an Ayana ban from 5-star. Interesting for Chalet. I think most of the times I've seen an Ayana ban was mostly a personal ban against Shaiko. This won't be here in that case. No,
Hopefully not.
Sherlock Holmes. And yeah, Dog Happy on the other side. Yeah, it's like the default ban these days. Definitely understandable. Don't want to deal with some calls if you're gonna try and hide in some sneaky corner.
Yeah, maybe they were scrimming BDS a lot. Ban out of habit, ban the Yana. Obviously, just joking. Valkyrie, one of the 4 default defenders to be banned. I had a look at the defender ban rates. Sorry, don't need to get into it again. I had a look at the defender win rates recently for the North America League, and that one was just quite silly if you look at it. I'm gonna just stall right now. Yeah, top 4 Azami with around 65%, Valkyrie 55 or 50, Solus 45, Fenrir 35. Now the next one is Cade on 20%. So you have these 4 bunch up with each other. 4 of those, one of those having been banned in the name of the Valkyrie in this game. So you can always expect at least one of these 4 to be banned. In this case, it's obviously going to be Valkyrie, in addition to the Warden, which is also quite usual.
Nothing to say against that one. Also, nothing to say against the side choice of the defense. They're going to Bar Gaming first. In my opinion, for me it feels like it is the strongest side, but I would guess that the win rate isn't showing that one, because my feelings most of the times doesn't align with win rates. Mm,
I can't spoil it since I just had NA pulled up, but I
Yeah,
have
sure.
NA pulled up, not EU.
Yeah.
In NA, you are right. I'm also against stalling while I'm looking up for the EU win rates. In EU, you are also right.
Okay.
Gaming
okay.
with a 53% defender win rate, which makes them the only side on the whole map that is defender side right now. And I think that's, in my opinion, I agree with you. It is the best side. I just think it's the side with the highest skill ceiling. So it's very easy to not be very good at it. But at the same time, when you have your strategy and your theory based, sorry, I really need to get back into English. Haven't been speaking it quite a while. Once you're back, once you have your theory and your strategy on the board here, and you know how to play the side, you have quite good chances of making life very hard for your attack here. While Wild Moody Gaming is slowly getting set up outside of library and the office balcony.
Oh, that's a nice prefire from Selberg here. Deleting Akari from the round. Very good start. Now these Twitch rounds won't be able to destroy Fenrir gadgets. And how is Reaper on side getting injured? Through the drone or through a nade? Or from upstairs through a nade? That would be quite placed throw. Now Tazzy is getting the late refrag onto Reaper. Now we have 44 and top floor control is already established and not very much to fight against here. Swiss gets a kill onto Matchday and now really the top floor is their own. They can play vertically, get some stress into the defenders. They have to move now and find some other places to play from. Like Selberg here on the snow stairs, quite a difficult position to have impact if the enemy knows your position.
I agree, being the first to fall. I'm already disappointed in him. But obviously still the attack in a very good position. Block getting another value here, getting his teammates up, might even get to heal up the Fenrir here, who has been down. We can still be rescued. The attack, knowing that, is going to try to capitalize on it. Drops down, finds another kill, confirms the kill onto Fenrir. Now Salberg and Rush are going to have to retake the side, finding at least the first onto Swiss. See the second and down it as well. Tazzy on the floor, only Zodiac and Raiden remaining on the attack. They have a pretty good after plan to play here. But it's not going to be easy with the clock ticking against them. The attackers being in very good positions to deny this defuse. They will be able to confirm Tazzy here for sure. Meanwhile, Salberg is already flanking up to the top floor. They know they need to take in at least one more attack out before they can even try going for this defuse. And they do so now. Find the first, find the sledge, going to the diffuser. They know they have to bait. Jumping out on the top, finding the kill, finding the death in terms. Raiden is gonna be able to deny the plant. He had cool nerfs then, not to instantly going for the kill. He was just trying to play the time right.
Yeah, he definitely showed his nerve, as you said. And I think everyone noticed that I wouldn't have the same nerves as he had. So I panicked when he rebelled to the left and not to the right. But he definitely knows what he's doing. And that's why he's in the lobby playing and not me.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You know, sometimes in these kind of situations, I just really like to see behavior like that from the Hibana. It's just, you kind of know going into this, they took the second, they took a good deep breath of air, thought about the situation, calmed themselves down, and that's what enables you to, to play this very safely. Something also, Swiss, you are the GOAT with that background. Just gonna say it one time. You are the GOAT. Doing everything right. But that's something I can recommend to everybody. If you're in a clutch situation and you have that time to take a breather and to think about it, always take it. Just distance yourself from the situation for 1 second. Keep out the comms, just focus on yourself, and then play it slowly. Play the clutch out. And even if you don't win, it wasn't because you were nervous. It was, for other reasons. And it's a good sign of experience that the Hibana didn't panic there.
Yeah. I think for that level of play, it's a perfect advice. But I think for low play, you don't want to give that advice to play slow because lots of people are playing the clutches too slow and can get everything done.
Yeah.
But in this level of play, people know they have to get things done, and they know which things they have to get done, and they just need to think about how they can achieve it. So the thought process is already much advanced, and the later steps they need to think about, they're getting faster to the decision on how they want to do it.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You need to already have that base knowledge of how you're going to play out the clutch, what the win conditions are in the clutch. And when you have that in your head, you need to then take a breather and go into it. We've got our fine player return to the lobby. We are in a 5v5 once again, so we can go back into the game. Immediately, no real momentum being given to Wild Multigaming here with that tag timeout, obviously making the whole situation again cool down a little bit. And 5-stars in the next round, choosing to go for the basement this time. They don't want to repeat bar gaming. They're instead immediately changing sides.
Yeah, I think it's if you lose your defense, your first defense, you maybe want to get some minutes in till you think about what went wrong, what you want to change. Because you picked the first side for a reason. You had a quite thought out plan for that. And now it's time to find out, okay, was it just the first round we weren't quite focusing, or is it just like White is one step ahead always? Oh, let's just find out how White wants to play Chalet right now. So yeah, go to other sides, get those informations in, and then you can make better adaptations down the line.
Yeah, usually, if you go to the first split with a 2-4 score, that's completely fine. You can basically take the first 2 or 3 rounds to really get to know their playstyle, and then start to make adaptations and go back to these sides and execute these adaptations that you thought out. That's completely fine here, and they seem to be wanting to do that. Meanwhile, Wild Multigaming setting up a full top floor clear here with all their attackers just covering their backs in the meanwhile. Erkri so far playing the Grim here, bringing the Beast into the game. Could be quite strong for the late execute, but for that they first need to clear out any roamers available here, and they do so quite quickly on the side of Master Office, owning a lot of area at the same time.
I don't think anyone started playing in that area, right? So it's the most close enemy is probably the Fenrir here, and he's quite in danger because he has nowhere to run. He has to fight. His position is known, and all the angles are open, and someone is basically next to him. And Tazzy gets this easy frag in. Great entry, and now Swiss leaves his life against Rush. I don't know how he could get that kill. Maybe Swiss just wasn't aware of him, or Rush was very, very sneaky.
It's everybody I hype up here. Erkri hyped up, immediate opening death. Swiss hyped up, immediate opening death. So they're listening to the cast and they just want me to look stupid here. And they're doing a good job so far, at least. But still, the defense if they can return to the side with all the defenders now, they're not in too bad of a situation. Obviously, the attack has been giving a lot of control, and I assume the kitchen hatch, the dining hatch should be open. Yeah, looks that way, which should now enable the attack to go for a pretty decent backside take here, as they are doing just that right now and setting everything up.
Yeah, Rush in a position to maybe go for a flank. And he definitely has to go for a flank, I think, because getting back to side isn't quite helping. He's not covering more angles there, so I think he should go for the flank, put pressure on Zodiac. Now we see the value of Grim. He's getting those pings on side. Now the players know if they can go for an execute, and they do. They go for a plant. Akari gets a kill. Tazzy is covering there too. And now Zodiac definitely needs to hold upstairs. And yeah, that's basically the round win. And there it is, only seconds later. Great execute from White Multigaming.
Beautiful execute there, thanks to the Grim partially. I think they were just trying to check, hey, is Pillar clear? Pillar seems to be clear. Hey, is anybody playing close shelf? Nobody playing close shelf. Next ping, first ping we have is a connector. We're going off the checklist. We have Pillar clear. We have shelf clear. We can cover blue. We can cover connector. We have hatch control. Alright, all checks marked. All checks confirmed. We can go for the execute now. And they did so quickly. They did so well. Bringing them up 2-0 and bringing them to a very good start on Chalet so far. And now 5-stars are choosing to return to bar gaming here. Their decision is not giving me that much confidence right now.
Bomb located by attacker.
Yeah, same. I wanted to praise them earlier for their choice of going to another bomb site, but now just taking one bomb site in between your picks of bar gaming. I really wanted to see that kitchen dining or the upstairs bomb site. just to get a little bit of feeling of where's the problem is or where the great plays are laying. But last round just told me, yeah, Wild got the entry in. They were looking for a defender. They isolated him, which wasn't very difficult in that position. And then they were in an advantage, and they just played it out. And yeah, that's basically all you have to do. And then Pacers didn't really give them something to think about. Like, the only thing they did was the flank upstairs. But this isn't enough. You have to play something against an execution. Maybe we will see this round, but for now we just see Zodiac entering the big rush.
Yeah, I said earlier they have some time to figure things out and get to know the playstyle of Wild Multigaming here, but their time is starting to run out. They had 2 rounds, they had 2 different sides. Now they're already chosen to go back to bars. So I'm hoping to see some adaptations here. So far from the operator lineup, everything seems quite similar. You know, they attack themselves, are entering through the basement right now, might be opting to open up the stock wall with the Maverick from the black stairs there. So far, hitting no resistance from this side of 5 stars. As I said earlier, 5 stars needs to start being a bit more proactive here. Needs to apply a bit more pressure on the attack, and if they don't fight for anything here, other than library, this will give Wild Multigaming again a lot of space.
And the thing is, for 5 stars, they definitely know where the enemies aren't coming from. So they should be able to know where they're coming from, because Chalet is so small. And that is exactly what Wild wanted to do. And yeah, they didn't get any resistance, so they just got the kill. And now Reaper, sadly, 0 and 3, didn't have much impact into the rounds. And I'm sure we will see another execute shortly.
Good opening coming out from them. Again, you can see the same checklist being done. You have the drone on the side, same job that the Grimwood earlier. It gives you into Urquhart, finds the next call. Taking down the Fenrir, and now Salberg in a good position to maybe get a kill here. Meanwhile, Raiden is already getting on side, getting the diffuser down. The Frost is going to have to try to deny that. Swings around, somehow survives that. Raiden going for the finish now, going for the kill, finds it as well. Only 1 defender remaining. That is Rush, finding the first kill onto Raiden. 1v3 now, or 1v2 with Zodiac being on the ground. Swiss is playing close here. Rush can confirm his kill onto Zodiac so far. 20 seconds on the clock and him still having to reload his guns. It's not going to be easy. With 6 attacker in this case, the time is running low. That nade is even going to help to potentially keep attackers a bit more at bay, but it doesn't need to. Swiss on a good angle here, finds the kill onto Rush and gets World Multigaming into the 3rd round.
Yeah, what a dirty and clever angle. I really love him for that one. Finish off the round like that.
Yeah, it's quite interesting to go for these kind of cheeky angles in the situation. Obviously, there's a lot of at risk in these kind of clutch situations, so you don't normally want to be doing that. But at the same time, with all the pressure and, you know, a defender having to think about so much stuff like which attacker I'm going to face first, how can I try to bait for the diffuser, which positions are they in, you're not going to be checking that. You're not going to be checking that, and that's why these angles just work very well in clutch situations. But talking about the other side of the game so far, 5 stars. The most remarkable thing about them so far has been how passive they've been playing. Yes, they've been taking map control. They've been, you know, setting up a lot of map control. But they haven't been fighting for anything. And when they have, it was a very individual thing, very solo thing. Where Wild Multigaming was quick to punish it. And they do it once again here with the setup. A very passive setup.
10 seconds to go.
Completely reinforcing off the master bedroom and then using castles as well to create more distance. You can still play aggressive with that, but the setup is by itself not promising a lot.
Heading out to the
Yeah, I really don't like the setup in this situation. Like, in general, I'm not a big fan of just forfeiting office and letting the attackers basically play their vertically for free. Like, yeah, you can hold some verticals from downstairs, but yeah, you can definitely have your ways working through that one, even if it's just breaching the fireplace to kitchen through dining. And yeah, then getting the top floor control isn't much of a problem either, because you can get so much easier into office. You probably will have so much more time to work through masters then, and yeah, with getting such an early entry for Swiss, it's not gonna get much harder for White either.
Yeah, no reflex anywhere to be seen from the side of 5-stars, and they really need to start getting these reflex. Start taking out the attackers, being, as I said, more proactive, applying pressure. Wild go multigaming, they can do whatever they want right now. They can take their time, they can look at these positions, they can make a plan on how to push these defenders out. There's no pressure on them. They don't need to hurry up right now, other than the time itself. They don't need to be scared of any flanks. They don't need to be holding anything of any defenders really going aggressive here. With all that space being given to them, they're doing a good job, and by taking out these defenders, and as you can see, the reinforce of Master Wall is now going to be giving a lot to the side of Wild Gaming if they choose to not fully clear the top floor.
Yeah, I think they just can go for another execute because yeah, Swiss can stay up here, just hold the office, and the other 4 people can push side. But Raiden gets killed by someone from onside, I believe, from such a long angle. Now it gets a little bit more difficult, but they have enough utility, I believe. There's enough flashes to force yourself into a room, and I think that's just what Zodiac tries to do now. Mechta also tries to force himself into office back again and get some top floor control.
That's a good decision by them. They want to retake it now. Are they aware of the sledge just hiding there? No, or whether the floor is just hiding there? No, and he's going to find 2 of them. So it's basically just getting an overglued aimlabs app there. Aimlabs task there, finding the 2 kills. Meanwhile, it's just 7 left here in the 1v3 here. Swiss also getting the final kill with the triple kill in total. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. When you give Ward the time,
he got
4K as well.
He got the entry, he got the 2 upstairs, and the last one.
True. Yeah, it's still not good enough on him. I want to see an ace. 4K, good start, not good enough. But yeah, but that's what I've been saying. If you give Ward all this space, they are going to be using it very well, and they've been punishing you over and over and over again. I said at the start, you need at least 2 rounds. Or you are fine with the 2-4 split on Chalet. Chalet is one of the 2 attacker-sided maps in the pool right now. Or basically, I think Labs on exactly 50%. But Chalet is one of the 2 attacker-sided maps, so you are fine being down 2-5. You might even be fine 1-5. But at this point, you need to start to show that. You need to start showing 1 round. You need to start showing some fighting in here. Some fighting here.
Getting a little bit of aggression into the map, and not some... Either you need to get some spawn pick in, or some coordinated aggression, just fighting for the entry of the map. Like, if you let White just enter the house, they're gonna take more room. Room after room, they're gonna advance. So you need to start early, make it difficult for them to enter the house, and then maybe you can get some time, some kills in. Maybe you can catch someone with an outrun. But if you don't contest them at the start of the round, it's gonna get difficult, and that's a really, really painful visual bug.
Yeah, it's been one that has been popping up recently fairly often.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's gonna be fixed in this round or on the next round, but it is what it is. Wild Multigaming going for the room clear here, trying to gather their own intel. With Zodiac droning himself in here. We can again see Wild Multigaming slowly setting themselves up all around library here. They're going to be looking to get 1 kill here onto any of these anchors and then basically push off that. Use that space to push. That's how they've been performing these past rounds, and it's been working very well for them. Now Zodiac using the intel he gathered to push up these stairs slowly. The cam, I think, has been hacked by Brava, so he doesn't need to be worried about that.
Now White has to worry a little bit, because they lost their Flores. They lost Chris, was so elemental for the last round. But Zodiac is on site. He can nade a mirror, and the mirror is probably not really a problem for him. Yeah, there he goes, gets the kill, first one on site, and now it's already a 3 versus 1 rush. It's the only one left. Raiden can do his job, get on site, press F and plant, but Akari, he's even on cam scene, but yeah, the Mossy has to channel him, has to fight him, and that's just really, really difficult to play against. And now we have a 5-0 lead. I think it's too late for timeout in this half. but it, it's all. I don't know. What can you do? Like really, from the view
Into-
of 5 stars, it's just.
It's sort of the Napoleon meme at this point. You know which one I mean? That's been trending. No?
Wait, say it again.
Okay.
No,
you know
I
the
didn't
Napoleon
understand
meme?
you.
So what can we do? If you don't know it, I have to move
Oh,
on.
yeah, I think I know it.
All right. Basically, it feels like that. What can we do at this point? Not much.
Yeah.
I think we've seen a total of 2 unrefragged deaths from the side of Wild Multigaming. Meanwhile, 5 stars, I think we've seen 2 refrags on the other side. So I'm really just hoping that they play closer together. Like, it's even... The issue is the way they position themselves makes it very hard to refrag themselves. It's not even that, you know, they are not playing... Their playset doesn't support it, it's just the setups don't support it right now. There's a lot of them being very isolated, and every time they go aggressive, it gets refragged very quickly, since they're playing very solo.
Yeah. And I think if you want to play solo against Wild, you have to be very, very much aggressive. Like, if you think about being too aggressive, that's the right way you need to be. If you want to play solo aggressive against Wild, because if you don't do it, you have just Zodiac after 40 seconds at the entry of your bomb site, and that's gonna be a problem in a few seconds. Because if he just can step inside, he probably is able to get freebie and then get out, or some other stuff. But we have some trade around the map here. 4v4. We count this as a trade. I think the map control is still handed over to Wild, and the Melusi in danger here, and Swiss, cuts the rotation, gets the kill, and now it's another time of Wild having an advantage.
Yeah, the thing is, I respect the decision if you want to go for like solo picks. Like, that Melusi had no support up there. That Melusi had to fight alone, and she took out one. But every time you go for a one-on-one, you need to think there's a 3 in 5 chance that the one-on-one guy that I'm going to be challenging is either going to be Zodiac, Swiss, or Urkery. And I'm not going to be choosing one-on-ones against these guys. Like, unless you have some really good mechanics, I wouldn't choose to just go all based on gun skill against this team right now. Haven't been, you know, winning with their strategy either. And meanwhile, we can see Swiss trying to pick a one-on-one of his own, and getting punished from Reaper with a nice flick. Maybe they have that gun skill one. Maybe they do have it, as they take out not the Swiss legend, but Swiss the legend in this case. And more Wild Multigaming, nevertheless, getting the breach open up. That impact is going nowhere, and even if it would, I think that Thomas Judge was far too right. Anyway, Mecha finding his second in the round, potentially going for the third, but Raiden barely escaping. Now it's only going to be Raiden and Urkery, not Urkery remaining anymore. Raiden finds Mekta at least, and Reparents already has one. Finds some hits onto Raiden. Yeah, I don't think Raiden still knows very well where he is. Otherwise, he wouldn't be holding that. But yeah, he's right oh god, above you. Can't speak. Right above you, can't get the code just yet. Raiden, again, trying to go for the plant, just baiting a bit. Now baiting the drop from Reaper. He's going to be playing close to the hedge. Drop comes in now.
No!
And oh my god, missed a couple of shots there. Oh my god, I was scared for a second there.
Yeah, but I was more surprised by the plant position of Raiden, because we didn't see him on screen changing his position from one side of the keyboard to the other one. And I think it was because he thought that the defender would rotate to another position and doesn't stick to the hedge, which is a big gamble, because if he does rotate, it's good. But if he doesn't, you just lose the round, basically. Well, and we saw, even with many shots not on target, he still lost the round. So it's basically an insta-loss. And I respect the decision, but I think it's a little bit too risky in that situation. Like, I know there's a lot of vertical angles. Probably would have been seen from those. And there's not many great blind spots there. And yeah, I think it's a little bit risky, but on the other hand, the other plan spots probably would be too. So it's just flipping a coin and then winning or losing at that point.
But with that, 5 stars have gotten their one round that they really needed to get. That's a risky run out. Man, there's a good chance you're gonna die there, but he survives it. I mean, that's the round that they really needed to get in this case. And based off that, they now have some wiggle room. They have some room to work with on their own attacks to actually bring this back. I don't think it's likely. I don't think it's gonna happen, but it's not impossible at this point. So maybe they can make it happen. We've seen some kills. We've seen some of them break up. Salberg has been doing well. Rush also on a few kills. Reaper getting a good clutch there. Salberg's actually going to go down to Zodiac here on the Jäger, facing him out on the rest main stairs and giving the first opening advantage of the second half to Wild.
So was earlier complaining about having to play Echo and getting on cams.
Yeah.
But now he's on Mozzie and he's still on cams. So I think he definitely knows his task gonna do. And like we saw, I think he droned for Zodiac to get this entry frag, which is nice to see. And Tazzy probably thinks it's nice to see this rope from the rappel, and oh my god, what chaotic, let's say, gunfight. Raiden gets downed in the process. Rush, probably not seen on any cams, can get a stealthy frag onto Zodiac. Now it's only a 3 versus 4. Maybe he can get a nice kill with the nade, but it doesn't land, I believe.
So he's taking some damage though. Still left alive so far. In the 3v4 that 5-star still has to play here. 1 minute on the clock and Raiden on a dangerous vertical. With some time misfortune there. Barely missing out on the attackers passing right below him. Reaper has the cover here for them to walk up the Astro stairs or the Solar stairs here. As Rush takes out the cam, tries to move up. Fenrir gonna cause some trouble for him. Still looking for that, and they are very bottlenecked here on this one stairwell. Together with the winner repel, yes, so the defense having an easy time picking them off, as you can see. Going for these plays. Curry is gonna get air jab, but still, there at least goes Raiden, traded out. But it's only Mesha left alone with Urkri still retreating as well now.
Yes, you say retreating, but making holes with the bailiff isn't retreating for me.
Exactly.
And also, Passy using the hedge to his full advantage, getting a flank in, getting an easy crack onto the Nomad there. Yeah, it's match point for Wild. And I think earlier we took a small look onto the standings. And yeah, I think Wild is currently getting the first seed. They are definitely getting 3 points. I think that is already enough to secure first place. But they also get in some for them nice round difference, which I think they need against Viperia if they want to get in the long term first seed. But yeah, we still have to end this match, or Wild still have to end this match. But do you see any chance for 5-stars to come back here? Like, I think the attacks from them look better than their defense, I would say.
Yeah, that's the good thing. Chalet is slightly attacker-sided. And the second thing is that the attack kind of forces you to be more proactive, to be more active. That's why a lot of teams on like huge maps, like Bank, like Nighthaven, and used to be Theme Park, there's like one reason that you want to start on Technodos. And that's only one reason. And that is that attack really gets your communication going. It forces you to get your communication going. That's, for example, right now it's almost meta to start attack on Bank. Attack is slightly winner, like as a good winner on Bank anyway. And it just forces your communication to get jump started right from the first round. And in this case, 5-stars maybe really needing that jump start, even if it's a bit late in the game now. It's still gonna help them to work more together here. Tazzy having to retreat out by being punished. That's a good opening. That's exactly what they were looking for. To get at least one more round on the board here. with the Azami being the first one to go, and Urkuri also not knowing that he doesn't want to engage this too solo, so slowly retreating out, trying to get a feel. Meanwhile, they're gonna flash themselves, and Zodiac getting the very late refrag onto Zalberg here and evening out the round.
Yeah, and it doesn't get easier. Raiden getting another kill here onto the sledge. Yeah, it doesn't look good for 5 stars. They still don't have anyone in library. They don't contest underneath, or can't contest underneath anymore. Where should they go? They can't just jump in. They will probably die. Yeah, they have still half of the round left, but I don't think it is enough. Zodiac, maybe if you get him there, it would be a nice start. You can maybe just get quickly into games and make your way up from there. But now, 2 versus 4, none. Really, just the balcony is yours, and that's really not having map control.
No, not really. It's a 2v4. You can't play for real win conditions here. Your win condition is getting killed. Your main win condition right now is getting any kills on the defenders, and they are offering them to you, but you haven't capitalized on it. In that case, with Raiden, somehow escaping that spray. Rush and Magda really, they have to look for any more defenders exposing themselves. They have to find some isolated kills here. They just can't so far, and Raiden is already calling the GG at this point. That's a bit toxic, but you know, he might be right. I don't see any reason, any way 5 stars is gonna come back from this, especially the way they've been playing right now. This is not gonna get rewarded. At least they get 1 entry now. They make 1 entry now, they get 1 entry. With Zodiac even confirming that. That's great sportsmanship from him right there. But with 30 seconds on the clock, I don't see any way 5 stars is gonna win this round.
No, definitely not. They still need pulse. They need to get on side, but there are fan irrigators in their way. Probably some Capcan traps. And goo mines also. And come on, you won't win that one. 10 seconds left. Zodiac gets probably the last of the round because Rush is somewhere where no defender is, but the Capcan traps of Akari gets the last kill of this match.
Yeah, I would
What
say.
a finish.
Yeah, that is the way to end this match. It's kind of fitting. Wild Multigaming just kind of walked over them. They could have made the 7-0 if they, with some small changes. This could have been a 7-0 as well. I think that kind of depicts the way we are predicting this match, or depicts the way the scoreboard is looking right now. So no surprises here so far. This is just going to make it very spicy for next week, because next week on Playday 6 we're going to have Valkyrie versus Swiss. So first versus second place, or if we look at 2 days week, it was second versus first place. So really the battle of the champions coming up next week, thanks to this match, partially. I don't have that much to say about this match, to be honest.
No, the only question is, would have been different if a different map would have been chosen, but I don't really think so, because if I look at a map and the other choice would have been Bank, and yeah, problem here we're basically getting map control, and on Bank it is also very important to get map control and to fight for your ground sometimes. So that probably would have been a similar story. But what we hope isn't a similar story is the next game.
Wow, what a transition.
Yeah, I can do those sometimes. And we will see Project LFO against Entropy Gaming. And Entropy Gaming isn't the old Entropy Gaming, which I at least know very, very by heart. It is the old Secret Powder lineup. They joined Entropy Gaming, and yeah, they're gonna play against Project LFO in a bit. I think we're gonna go into a break, and then no. Oh, that game's off stream. Have I been talking? No. Oh yeah, I've been looking at the wrong match. Definitely, we're gonna see Lumina Gaming against Austrian Force Willhaben. I misread their DOPL page, but we're gonna see Lumina Gaming against Austrian Force, which is gonna be a great match. I'm for sure. We have. Now I need to rethink what I'm gonna say. 4th place against 6th place. Lumina Gaming can go past Austrian Force. today, or Austrian Force can get their third place back from the old Blue Jays lineup. Question is, do we still go into a break, or as a punishment, do we still have to go till the game's going? We
As a
will go on a break.
punishment.
Yeah, just I'm done.
Yep. All right.
And we're gonna go into a break. I definitely need it. You probably too. Yeah, get yourself something to drink, and we're gonna be back in a few minutes.
See ya. As a punishment.
Introducing Everest, the world's first customizable and premium mechanical keyboard experience. When designing Everest, we wanted to bring an uncompromised, highly personalized product to the market. We offer you maximum freedom of choice. Let us show you how. Comprised of CNC milled double aluminum faceplates, you'll immediately see and feel the exceptional build quality.
that, welcome back to day 5 of the Rivalry League. We have game 4 ahead of us. Next to me is, as always, the nice one. We are already going in the game, so we're gonna be quick. Who do we have playing?
We have Austin Force against Lumina Gaming. And yeah, they fighting for getting close to the top 3. We gonna see Oregon. And yeah.
As said, we're already in the game, so we're gonna be quick here. As we just said,
Are
we're
we?
going to Oregon. We can just quickly skip over the map ends. Lumina
No,
taking out.
we aren't. You that's some. Do you have the Discord stream from Observer?
I'm on the Discord
The
stream.
lane feed.
Yeah.
That's what you heard, because I heard it too and I couldn't
Yeah.
connect it because I
Yeah,
thought I
I'm just
closed
used
the
to having the
stream.
sound of the going to the map
Yeah.
on my phone. Like 2 years of casting, I have PTSD every time I hear the sound. I'm going in.
Yeah.
We're not going
Yeah.
in. I was lying. I was completely lying. I was like wondering, why are we even still on the scene? I thought we were gonna move over. No. We can still go over the map ends. Doesn't hurt, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you want to take us through them?
Sure. Lumina banned Border, then Austrian Force Bank. Lumina followed up with Chalet, Clubhouse, Skyscraper bans. Austrian Force don't want to play Cafe, Consulate, and Night Haven Lab. So that left us with Oregon. I try to see something of a pattern here. If some team just prefers the good old school maps or just wants to play the newer ones, and I think Austrian Force, they don't want to play the newer ones, like they banned Consulate, they banned Night Haven. They want to play where they used to play, where they know how to play. And Oregon, they definitely know how to play.
Yeah, it's the pattern for me with the side of Austin Forces. These are very big maps. These are all maps that need a lot of coordination for. Like Night Haven is bigger than you think. Constant always, requires a lot of coordination. So does Cafe, so does Bank. Meanwhile, Border, Chalet, Clubhouse, Skyscrapers, these are all fairly default. Skyscraper being left to ban, being left to be the last band. So we're seeing Lumina kind of banning out these kind of default maps that they might be scared of, Austin Force being a very experienced team. They're scared of them just having a lot of experience on these maps, and they want to get these out of the way. And instead get to these bigger maps that they can kind of be a bit more crazy on. Austin Force obviously doing the opposite. So we're going between the mix of these two, we're going to the most default option, which is Oregon.
Yeah, that's just jump ahead of Clubhouse a while ago for the most default map. Question is, are we gonna see some default operator, or do you believe there's some curveball?
I don't know any of these enough to call any curveballs. I think we're gonna see the same default kind of be taken out as well. One of the same defaults can be taken out. The only kind of curveball coming up, and now I'm right about having the games in my headphones, right? Now I'm right.
Yeah.
All right, we're going into the game. Hell yeah! I knew I would still get to say that. The one thing that I kind of find interesting, and I'm not sure if that's confirmed, but we have a lot of player on our sheet for Austin Force with Ham on OPL, and including that is Uho, who is French. I know Austin Force is a very German, not sorry. I know Austin Force is a very German
Very
team.
German
Worst
team.
thing to
Yeah,
say.
very traditional.
I think they have only German players. So what am I supposed to say? They have only German players. Austin Force is a very German team. Unlucky that I have to say that. And talking about curveballs and operator bans, I think we can continue with the operator bans. Even though Zed just left the game, but we have Termite being taken out first.
It's an interesting ban, especially for Oregon. You don't often see Firma being played. System, please. The in-game chat is just too funny for us.
I can't.
Can't cope.
I'm gonna mute myself so you can keep going.
So, I just think about places where I'd use, or in which opportunities I would choose Thermite over some other hard bridge, and I can barely think of any. Some people like to, on a dining attack, plant a Thermite charge on the soft row above, and then get an easy breach without having to worry about some jammers, bandit, or Kaid stuff. But I don't really like that one. Maybe you want to use it for an how's it called? Meeting attack. If you want to breach
for sure.
attic and tower, depending on how this is set up. Because I think if there's some holes feed holes on one side of the meeting hall, meeting wall. I prefer not really to use Thermite, but you can still use them if you can go there with enough coordination, of course, and have attic control at a point of where you want to breach. So that's definitely, one opportunity. Also, so it just forces you to place Ace in Hibana. So I would say they wanted to play a Kaid to maybe get some tricks in there and maybe deny some hatches, but then they ban out the Kaid. So I'm a little bit confused.
I think you already pointed out the most important points. It's meeting, an attack that if you plan on opening both walls completely, you need two hard breaches or a thermite. And the other only thing I can think of is kids attacks, where if you don't want to bring in Hibana, you never want to open up the generator or the gaming wall with Ace, because that's just inviting enemy to impact trick. And take down a couple of Ace charges, making it very difficult to breach that wall. But yeah, other than that, mainly only meeting. We're looking at the defense now. We see them immediately reinforcing of both elbow walls. Did I just see that right? I think they reinforce of both elbow walls.
That could be, yeah. I just look at a second screen at the moment, but we're gonna see a fast go. And then
close.
they're, disappointed. Then there's a mute jammer, which they can breach, and then, the angle from above from meeting takes out some attackers. And that's basically the attack shut down, I wanted to say, but then there's coming some re-effects in. Not just one. Not plural, that's wrong. But Samuel still tries to get a kill here. Maybe he can get someone warding over the shield, because the Solus is trying to get an angle there. And I think he can hear that one. He flash, that was an unlucky timing. And I just don't know how would you get kills in the situation? But then Ultra just shows us how you can get as an attacker kills in a situation. Even defender just overpicks.
You really need some peaks here. And to be fair, they didn't have a lot of luck with that rush. They're rushing, and not only is the hedge manned by one of the defenders, having a perfect position to counter the rush, but no, both elbow walls are reinforced and muted. That is the least amount of luck he can have trying to go for that rush. This is a perfectly placed counter a rush right now. The default counter to kind of these very extended setups is to just rush against them, and that's why the setup is also clearly set up to deal with that. And it's been doing so well so far. Samuel, trying to flash out the hedge player, possibly trying to distract Zampa from the sledge up here, but he can't. He finds everybody but the one Nomad so far. We're just going to be able to take some damage off it, but the smoke comes in here now and finishes off Samuel. And one thing I have to say, Samuel, you change one letter in your name. One letter to turn it from Ice Force to Austrian Force. Come on, man. Not that hard. Blackbeard is crazy, bro. The chat has already been insane.
I just need to double check, because didn't Ice Force have... Did they just use INF, or did they use IF and E as in tag?
Oh yeah, they used IF and E. True, they did.
So it's 2 letters, and that's quite very much harder. Just want to say.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, the only thing that came to my mind was IF, and I was like, did he play on Ice Force? To be fair, I also had like 2 or 3 teams recently, so.
No, but
Alright.
okay, he definitely used IF, but I think more of the guys used IF, I believe.
Maybe.
So what we're gonna see now is a top 4 defense with not a crazy T3 hold, how I sometimes like to see it. We don't see the usual angle from attic to trophy. We see it on the other side. We see the shield plays a little bit further back into trophy. I'm curious if someone from the satellite window is gonna try and contest this shield, because I think you can get an angle to just shoot the guy playing behind it, maybe. But what we also see, and Lumina just in a second won't see anymore, is that their cams are getting taken over by the Prowler.
Yeah, they will be missing those cams, so that's the best way to know that they've been hacked. attack, making their way into the middle floor right now. System on a good angle here to maybe catch that Smoke off guard. Deal some damage. Smoke even going for the repick here. Getting punished harshly by System. And rightfully so. Smoke being the first to go, but at least Zampa can fight back, taking out Riz now. Keeping it at a 4-4 man combat. That was the overpeak I've seen today.
Yeah, definitely. Now the attack still should try to get CC control, I would say. Because if they don't, Jaeger will gonna be doing a great backstab, probably, to white stairs. But it seems like System is trying to wait for the execute, waiting for the signal to just breach this open and then jump in. But he just got ordered away to do something else. Let's see what it is going to be. Probably opening something up to breach something, I would say. But we can't be sure for now. I don't know. He just... He got a call System, goal kill Armory. He did that, and now they can focus on getting an executing.
Yeah, System doing a good job so far with in this round. The entries and, hedges are his area to fight in, I guess, now. Being 2-0 when it only comes to hedge fights. This kind of allows them to now take control over Marcia. They don't have to worry about that armor player anymore. Now see the ace being used to open up that wall. And if there are impacts nearby, in the form of the Wamai, this might get impact tricked. Wamai is close, he gets out the impact, and it gets tricked. You have enough ace shots, 2 more. So you can just keep going through this, but you obviously can't if you expose yourself to Vaser, who's going to punish you at least 1 kill. Being taken down, System can't win the fight without the hedge in his hand, but Slin gets the refrag and gets 1 round for Austin Force on the board.
Yeah, they just played it how they should have. Like, they were ready for an execute, but then they saw, wait a second, there's a free-win armory. Just get this one first, and then go for the execute. They just, I don't know who's the Agile on the team, but his call was basically System, go kill. And he's done that one quite a few times in the past. And he showed it here once more. And now it leads us with an even score. And Lumina tries to defend the bomb site once more.
See the beauty of free cam usage here. Show us some of the setup. Ball has been muted once again as they return to the kids floor. To be fair, they don't need to adapt much. They still took away the smoke, so dying on smoke as an opening kill, obviously horrible. But if you change it to another operator and you die on that one, it's kind of fine. So you just take away the smoke and already you fix something. Just joking, obviously, but they clearly are going for some invitations. Jono doing a good job there of covering himself in the spawn peaks in case he gets called out. At least gets a spawn kill. They can't, but talking about spawn kills, Zed gets 1 there. Is punished though with Zemmel being right there for the refrag, so we have it turned into a 4v4 very early into the round, and we might even get another kill as Jono wants to keep going and look for more, but in return he gets punished and taken out by Slin there.
Yeah, that was very bold of the Solus to pick it like that. And definitely got shown why it is a bold decision. Now, Austin Force with the 1-man advantage, looking for defenders in the first floor. And Slin does get another kill.
Oh my god! What's happening?
It's just like going through the map, looking for defenders and shooting them, I would say.
Yeah, I guess.
Now, Valkyrie on a great flank. He gets a yellow ping, he gets the first one, and he gets back on side and not risking his life further. But he's playing on the default position off top wide. There could go a Grim Gadget there or some nades just by guessing. Let's see if this is going to be the case or not. The case is that Vaser is playing the Grim. Find out where someone is playing, and he finds out where the Valkyrie is playing. So So it shouldn't be a hard exercise to land this nade. He gets half damage, he gets pressured from underneath, and there's the kill for Whale.
Ultra now having to go for these fights, trying to catch one attacker off guard. Doesn't do it just yet. In turn, gets a lot of damage dealt. He could heal himself up, and he does so now. But they have him isolated. They know where he's playing, and Riz gets an easy kill, yeah, and now creates a round advantage for the side of Austin Force after a fairly cleanly played attack on Kids.
Yeah, it's pretty clean from their side. Made the most out of their advantage. And I'm curious now if the system sticks as Montagne, because it wouldn't be the first time he plays it, I believe. Or we see him play it on a stage like this. But I think I always prefer him on something more prey, like the Amaru. He tried to play it last round. But I think for the basement, definitely Montagne is an objectively better pick than an Amaru, utility-wise. Especially if they try and go through blue again. We have Wazel on the Hibana now, so I guess he should open the hatches. And then, I don't know if the Montagne has the Hurricane gadget. Maybe he opens a line of sight in blue, and then they maybe go for an a round focus on an execute and plant. But for now, they're trying to get info where they can enter the map, and it looks like the Nomad tries to enter in Master.
The overlay is the most confusing thing in this round. I've just watched it go from 3 dead drones to 2 dead drones to 1, back to 3, and now we're back at 1 dead drone. So I'm gonna assume, looking at the overlay on the players, it's only systems cam that is down. But oh my, I'm never gonna say anything based on the top overlay. So now we're back at 2 camps. I think that this time it might be right with Basil losing a drone and the Goyo canister being destroyed right now. It was placed on the double door onto blue, so not a lot of effort from the attack to take that one out. Meanwhile, they're just taking this top floor control, which has pretty much been given to them by the defense with no rumors anywhere here. So Austin Force now needs to be fast to capitalize on that situation, take all this free space, and then move on to set up the downs execute.
Oh, it would be so hard. Such a shame if he doesn't spot the Goyo here, but on the other hand, for the Goyo it would be pretty great if the Montagne just walks past him. Oh, Riz, yeah, sure, you're gonna look for some feeds, but maybe you should get some angle down there with an hard breach. But you don't want to use an ace charge, I believe. And yeah, we change back from Hibana to ace before the round started, so not a decision I would have made, because with Hibana you could just spend 2 or 4 Kairos there to get an angle on the Shaiko player. But now with ace, you don't want to use that. But now Flasher's coming out, they want to maybe drop and push the pillar player. But there's a crossfire, there are Goyo canisters. It's pretty difficult to get through there. Samuel gets taken down, but some refrags coming onto the map, and also the Monty is down, and it looks just good for the attack though. They have an advantage for V2, and the Asami is going for flank, but is it too late? Or will she be on time?
Airjib gets triggered, giving some info to the attack for what's coming to them. Based on that, makes the decision to instead rotate around, play around the laundry. Meanwhile, that gets taken down from these angles. Maggie is gonna have to go aggressive here, look for some kills. Can't do that just yet, finds the ace now, but then is there for the refrag, and that's another round going to the hands of Austin Force. Another round they played quite well here again. They're starting to get smooth in, and for now it looks like the first round was basically just coming from the defense being very well prepared for that rush, and Austin Force is looking very strong right now.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and Austin Force definitely a team who can make a comeback. They definitely have the skill and the mentality for it. Now we're gonna see another top floor defense from Lumina Gaming. I try to read from the operators they play what they want to try and do. And I think they have a Jaeger, they have a shield and a Womai. They probably want to play the trophy setup again. The dog maybe playing an armory again. I would love to see the hatch reinforced this time, so you can play it a little bit more safe. And maybe if he gets naded, he won't be an insta-kill if he's standing on the hatch, I would guess. So maybe he can heal himself
10 seconds
up
left.
after the first nade and just live through those.
5 seconds left.
And
before
since the
insertion.
attack is only fielding 2 of those nades,
Attackers must
it could be
locate and
possible
defuse a bomb.
to live through all of them.
Another spawn peek being attempted here. But nobody so far. This time also not going for much more risk now. Oh, Ultra needs to look out once again. Nate being pulled on it. That one could come in so well if it's thrown properly, but it's overcooked, I guess. And the dog is gonna heed the warning and retreat out of armory. Both nades being used with 0 value being coming from it. So, not the best start to the defense so far, but at least the big tower seems to be under their control. The defense, again, being set up in a similar setup here so far, looks like a lot of utility and a lot of angles are being opened here. So, you kind of, again, need these explosive entries coming from Austin Force to open up this shell that the defense has in front of them, and Floors could help a lot with that. Take away that shield, but Zampa is not gonna be stopped by that. Still goes on for peaks, still goes for frags, but can't find anybody.
For now, but yeah, I would have loved someone playing that angle earlier when they tried to nade the dog, but now just system gets to frag him again.
Attackers recover
Like,
the bomb
you
diffuser.
could have got these kills, this kill, a minute earlier if just someone held the angle when the nades were being pulled. But they still got it, which is the important part. Now they have only half the round left. But also have only 4 defenders to play against. They have probably most of the map control they want to take, except attack, which they are missing. Let's see if Vaser can get this breach this time. Not for now. The Claymore also destroyed. Does he try it again, or does he leave it? Be just a line of sight.
Still putting a lot of effort into this Maverick right now. It's really
I think
cranking.
for him it's a piece of art.
Yeah, it's a piece of Picasso. Meanwhile, all breaches successfully being opened. Slen also taking that space, but at least Zed is going to find one now, taking down Riz here. And Zed is looking for another one, but a bit slow in the reaction time. At least Jono finds system, and Zed is going for another peek here, but he sees the flash, he has to retreat out, and Basil uses that to find a kill here. Jono is going to have to get 1 kill here. Him or Zed have to go aggressive here, with Zampa also being in the close proximity. They all are going for kills, but Basil just finds another one. They keep punishing these defenders and their swings, and they're going to have to keep doing so. Zampa takes down Slen, and Zed also rotating over to stop the plant, but the covers there from the Nomad. Zammo looking to find another one as he tries to cover the plant of Vaser, which looks like it could go through, but he's not aware of the thorn right there. But Vaser is finding his 3rd kill in the round, coming off the plant to get the last defender.
I would love to give some logic analysis for the execute, but for me it was just chaos on my screen. Like, it was the movement from Basil towards the plant spot. Perfect timing, perfect way to do it.
Attackers need to
Not to
locate
be
and
over
defuse
aggressive
the bomb
on the angle
location.
towards white stairs, just feeling safe on that plant spot, knowing I believe that there were any C4s with the defenders, so he definitely was safe on his spot. And then just waiting for the kills around him. The 2v2 got a little bit awkward due to the Womai disc getting the flash and almost swinging around back into the favor of the defense.
10 seconds
But yeah, Vasil just hit his headshot and got himself a nice clutch. And now 4-2-1 for the attack on Oregon, that's not really a score you want to play against as a defender, as Lumina right now.
No, definitely not. Also, the way some of these kills have been handed to Austrian Force is not great. At least, you know, they don't lack confidence. They keep going for it. They keep going for aggressive plays. You know, I respect that. They don't lose their confidence. They don't get too defensive, and Riz just moving in here with the Ying as cover. Gets a lot of space. Zempa still goes for a frag and gets some damage onto Riz, but can't find him just yet. Can't finish the kill. Riz keeps having to fight these engagements with his 1x against 1.5s. He keeps getting damaged all to him. Ultra can at least heal himself back up with his stim pistols. Not doing so just yet though, and Jono now coming in for the support from the armor stairs. The question is the Ying of Riz gonna be aware of it? And it's not gonna matter. Ultra finds the kill onto Riz and gets one of the first opening advantages to the defense here, and system immediately evening that out with a very weird gunfight against the Jaeger right there.
Now they basically got every part of Macron they had last round except Tower and Attic, which they made a lot of pressure through that. Maybe the Nade can get the kill onto low Attic, but no, there's an active ADS and the Nade just goes into nothing. The second Nade 2 doesn't land any damage. And now they have to
Razor. Sorry.
nade the bandit charges, and yeah, in the process, damage your ace, which could get to be a problem. But yeah, I wanted to say argumentation because of C4 and doesn't need to land as close as it needs if Raze will be max HP, but yeah, if you just kill the bandit, that's no problem either. And yeah, they just know now that Tau White Stairs is clear. So I think they will try to get to an execute again. Maybe the 4 can get a kill here onto the small angles or the smoke, but no! Oh my lord. It doesn't look good for defense, and yeah, it wasn't a difficult task for system to close this round out.
I am going to summarize these last 2 rounds this way. There's been more damage dealt to Vasil by Austrian Force than Lumina Gaming. Okay, to be fair, the first round, or the round 2 rounds ago, was kind of close. This one, less so. Good attacks coming up from Austrian Force all the way, and even when it gets chaotic in these late rounds, you have the gun skill to rely on, close the rounds out. But Lumina Gaming thus now being forced onto defense, being at a 1-5 disadvantage. Forced onto the attack, my bad. Forced into the second split. And now we see Austrian Force, who so far are bringing a very interesting opera lineup. The mix of the Warden, Aruni, and Mirror just speak about a fairly good turtle round, even with the Azami. Enforcing that. And then you might have this kind of wild element mixed in of Vaser on the Vigil.
Yeah, I think it would be a great opportunity for Vasil to start in the attic or something like that. And yeah, then maybe play with an open hatch rotation to attic, to tower. And yeah, just make yourself unknown your position and try to stay alive for as long as possible and get down to side. Because even if you're then back on side on pillar or something like that, and you activate your gadget, still the attack doesn't know if you're in T1, if you're in Green Hallway maybe. You can play with stuff like that. And yeah, let them guess where you are. And maybe get a cheeky kill for that. But
I like
yeah,
Austin.
just try
Yeah.
to
Sorry.
get a sneaky kill in another way.
Yeah, I like that. I like that Austin Force is also going for these cheeky peeks now. Even the Mirror, I think the Mirror even had to wait for Zemmel to finish his peek there before she could place a Mirror window.
Yeah.
Zemmel on the AC 12 there, going for a peek. And Zimpa, hey, take some damage. I would call that a successful peek. I'm not sure what, I think the damage just came from dropping from the roof. So, successful peek.
No, and now we see Wazel exactly playing where we wanted him to play, in the attic, and he also gets some support from Riz into kids, and they're gonna burn a lot of time and a lot of utility there, because you don't really want to leave them there, because if you leave them, they're gonna backstab you, just in a moment where you can't have it. Especially with the meeting. If you want to play the meeting edge, they definitely want to play the attic edge. And you have some pretty nice angles from the attic edge. Even downwards through both hatches, you can play some really nice, you can have some really good gunfights for yourself. But let's see if they want to try and do this. It looks like they want to get onto white there, so get a frag there onto the Iana, and Iana isn't aware that they are this close. And now it's an entry for the defense, and they can roam freely.
Yeah, the fact that you didn't get that kill kind of hurts you now, and Zampa is going to go down as well. So you are looking at a possible match point coming up if you lose this round, as you're on a 3v5 now. And the time for the execute is coming closer. You have to start getting set up. You still don't have the roamers cleared. You still don't have these power positions cleared. There's still C4s on the board. Actually, no, there isn't. I'm just lying. But Riz is also not going to be on the board as he's downed as well. And nobody around there to revive him again. At least Weiser gets another kill onto Maggie now. Even becoming a threat for the floors here. And executing that threat now by taking him down. So it's only Ultra left in an ultra difficult position. To take down these 4 defenders still left standing around him. With just 25 seconds on the clock, this is pretty much going to be impossible.
Yeah, Weiser is going up for a good measure and
come on.
helping his teammate up. Yeah, while the mirror's peeking the tower stairs, Ultra doesn't get a chance to get in there. He gets a kill onto the mirror, but there's another one and another one. Austrian Force just deciding, hey, either we throw this around here or we get him. And he won't expect 3 of us peeking into tier 1. No one expects that. Like, literally, no one.
Yeah, we have a tactic timer coming in. It's late for tactic timers in the match, but hey, better late than never.
Yeah.
And you definitely have some tactical issues to deal with in this case. I was kind of surprised by the way whether they didn't deal with the roam. Basically fully ignored it, still going for a side attack that is very vulnerable to roams, and then you're going for an individual person to push up wide stairs, hoping that they're distracted. That kind of, I need to find a way to say it without swearing.
Wasn't
Half.
optimal?
It was no. I don't mean it like negatively. It's just the
okay.
term has a word in it. It's like half effort. Let's say it half effort. I don't the right word. It starts with half as well. I just can't say it. But yeah, you kind of have to decide: do you want to clear the roam? Do you want to go an attack that is not vulnerable to this kind of attacks? What do you want to go with? And they didn't go for either of these options, and then even they didn't commit to what they were doing at least. So yeah, that round wasn't looking good for the start, but it's basement. It's going to be very difficult to attack, especially if you're facing a team like Austrian Force that is not going to be scared to face you out. So now you at least get to attack a slightly more, or slightly less defender-sided way. Let's call that way around. Slightly less defender-sided option. So yeah, I'm not going to say you need to get this round, because it's 1-6. Yep, it's not, you just literally need to get this round.
Yeah, I think like, as you said, it was not quite the effort you should make to clear around. For me personally, throwing in another argument, it was the Iana pushing it, so definitely need those nades to clear out those power positions behind the mirror windows. I don't know, maybe behind the pillar, freezer. That's a lot of options. You need those nades. And yeah, I think Lumina Gaming just got to the decision too. We need more explosives, and now they're playing a fuse. Let's see where he's gonna put his gadget, if he makes some damage, or if he just gets C4'd in the process. Lumina gets a kill onto system, Yono. Diana now getting his revenge kill for the last one.
There's been more kills in the armory this time around than I think in the last 10 matches I've seen of Oregon. But hey,
no.
What did I say? I said Oregon.
No,
Right?
I just...
Okay. Yeah, I just was struggling to find the word. Samuel also keeps going, finds Jonah, evens out the man count for the 4-4. Ultra says, hell no, I'm gonna even it back. I'm unevening it now. Hell yeah, that's the word I was looking for. I'm gonna uneven it now. And finds Weiser, who was going on an A3 and it's now gonna be banned to go on camps go on camps all around along, and I was very scared of the Cognator that's gonna
Yeah.
bounce off the Ying there. It didn't. So still a 4v3 is still man advantage for Lumina Gaming. As Fuse comes out, he's gonna be easily clear 2 Gurkenissas, Steve Frostmed, clear these 2 positions out anyway, and Risk goes down as well. So it's a really good position. If there's any round you're gonna win on your attack, it's gonna be this one. And the only way you can choke this now is with Samuel being in your flank and finding a good amount of kills here. Meanwhile, Slin uses the 1-3-5 to take over these engagements. And there goes Samuel, finds the first kill. Immediately rotating back a race so that doesn't even get to go for a refresh.
That's a very, very clever way of moving away from your flank there, making sure you are alive, especially that you're the smoke. You still have 3 canisters. You want to make sure to delay or damage the attackers with it. Now Slin activates his classes to make sure he can look through those candelas, but said he's planning. And the candelas just, delaying the push forward from the defenders. But Samuel on another cheeky hanger, getting a frag. Now it's Lynn on a clutch. He gets the first one. Only the fuse left. He's probably hearing his steps and he gets a kill. He gets the diffuser and he gets matched. And also those 3 important points.
Defenders disabled the diffuser.
Yeah, I said if there's any attack round you're gonna get, it's gonna be this one. And if they didn't, it's... I don't mean this negatively or to, kick down. It's deserved that it's a 7-1. It depicts the skill difference in this match, and it's our second 7-1 of the day. So we've had a couple of very clear matchups, and to be honest, in this case, Austin Force just dominated from the start to the end. Yeah, there was a few, chaotic rounds mixed in. It wasn't as bad of a dominant as the first match of the day was, but still, very strong match from Austin Force, and they weren't even looking like they gave 100%.
Yeah, it's just like probably the experience. They've been used to playing on Oregon in this lineup for, I would say, years. Because it feels like it is years. And yeah, just I think you don't want to play against Austin Force on Oregon. Like they're just playing not even that, how you say it, different things than they're used to. They're just playing the old stuff, playing it very, very good, playing aggressive, and yeah, being able everyone to frag and clutch around out. And yeah, I can feel the pain of Lumina. Probably Austin Force beat me many times on Oregon. I don't have any track record, so don't have any egos to push here. But yeah, they definitely showed again that Oregon is their map, and I'm curious if anyone in this group stage gonna contest them on Oregon again, or if they will have no Oregon in this group stage anymore because they just showed how good they are.
I have a track record with Austin Force at least. 1-0 on Oregon. GCA relegation 2021. So at least I have a bit of a track record. But yeah, I completely agree with you. There's 2 ways to go about this. Oregon is number one. Oregon is the place where good teams go to die. It's the thing that has been said 1,000 times. So if you're good at Oregon and you have some spicy things, feel free to take anyone to Oregon. They can't be that crazy to beat you out since Oregon is a very explored map. So if you have anything crazy, take a good team to it and surprise them. On the other hand, if Oregon isn't one of your top 3 maps, don't take a bad team to it. They are not going to be surprised by what they're bringing. They're not going to be surprised by anything. It's not going to be unusual. It will be another scrim, just game the settings. And that's kind of what it looked like here for Austin Force. A nice little scrim to go through. So kind of want to go to spicier pick. I would have to have another look at the map bands. And as we said, we did feel like Austin Force wanted to avoid these spicy maps. So it was partially the doing of Austin Force to avoid that. But at the same time, Oregon just did feel like the right pick for it. But still, got a 1 round in. On paper, you could have gotten 2 rounds, so it's not all one-sided.
Yeah, but pretty clear showing 2 of the standings, which are probably now even more clear where these teams stand. Like Lumina on 7th place now, And yeah, Austrian Force, they're on 4th, and they're pretty close to the 2nd and 3rd place. In one play that they can be 2nd. But also Lumina, they have also to look out to the bottom table, but they are still not that far away to not look up also. And I'm pretty sure they're gonna try and get into these top places, try to get over entropy again next playday. That's definitely doable. There are some playdays left. I think we're halfway there now. I forgot what I wanted to say.
I think that's fine. I don't think we have any more games being streamed ahead of us. I'm 90% sure. The last time we had this discussion, we wanted to talk about the next map. We had a bit of an oopsie daisy. So I'm trying to be very short this time with what I say. I don't think we have any more games coming up ahead. So this is going to be a goodbye from us, a small goodbye. Don't be too sad. We've got more games coming up in the next games. We've got a couple of, I think, one game to be playing off stream. I'm not sure if the result has already come in for that.
It is. Entropy won that one 7-5.
So the only close match we didn't get to see. Unlucky.
The match we didn't cast was also close. They went in overtime. It was the first match on the stream.
So it's us. We are the problem then. It's us. I mean, I think both times our prediction did win the match, so we're just very good at being right. But before we start waffling too much, I'm gonna cut it out. I'm gonna say we're going away. Sorry, the stream's gonna end. I don't know what I was gonna say. We are not going away. The stream is going away. We're done for today. I hope you enjoyed it. We have obviously the next game days coming up, so tune into those. And with that being said, and unless one has any last words for the stream, not general, unless one has any last words, we're gonna say goodbye and go into the off. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Introducing Everest, the world's first customizable and premium mechanical keyboard experience. When designing Everest, we wanted to bring an uncompromised, highly personalized product to the market. We offer you maximum freedom of choice. Let us show you how. Comprised of CNC milled double aluminum faceplates, you'll immediately see and feel the exceptional build quality.